Hey guys, what's going on? This is Generoni Pepperoni coming at you with another figure review. You'll be glad to know that we will not be seeing any defocus, any blurriness, any shakiness. I have finally bought my new lens. It is on for today's review, so you will see nothing but clarity, just like this figure deserves. But anyway, the figure from today's review is actually from a very popular illustrator. Much like Misane from my last review, this one is from an illustrator called M-Da S-Tarou. I'm sorry for chopping that up, but that's the best I can do. This figure doesn't come from any particular series, rather she's an original character, which means that she was brought to life in 3D form from a 2D illustration. Do keep in mind, guys, that this illustration that was brought to life is 18 plus. So much like Misane in my previous review, keep in mind we will see boobies and we will see butts. You have officially been warned. Let's go ahead and introduce Miss Philena Waal. First things first, we're going to take a look at her box. And right from the beginning, I can tell you that the box sets a standard for the figure. It's very elegant. The black that you're seeing is not glossy, it's matte. And that's something that I think is not very common, or at least reserved for figures who tend to be on the higher end. Philena has a very gold and black theme, both in her figure as well as in her box. So I really enjoy the gold lettering and all the gold details that they put on the box. Philena comes in a very simple blister. She doesn't really have any crazy stuff going on. Once you open the box, you'll see her full body in the blister, as well as her extra body part, which is an extra chest where you'll have the breast exposed, and you'll have the base as well. Philena is quite small. She tends to lean more on the loli side, not quite a full adult. I don't actually know what her real age is. She might not actually be loli age, but she certainly looks like it. There's a bunch to explore in this figure, so I'm gonna go ahead and start off with my favorite part, which is the face. Philena just looks so happy. She's got this really nice pink blush underneath her eyes. Her eye decals themselves are very high grade. Usually, eye decals can be a little pixelated depending on how large they are, or, the manufacturer that makes them. Her mouth is very well sculpted. It doesn't look awkward as some open mouth sculpts tend to look. And I love her little sharp tooth in the corner of it. It's just really cute. I think AMAKUNI really nailed the 3D translation of the illustration in terms of her face. On to other favorite parts of this figure, I love her stockings. There's so much to point out about them. First of all, they're sheer, right? So you can actually see through them, quote unquote, through parts of them. The shading here is very clever, so you can tell that in her calf area, you can kind of see some skin over in the thigh area as well, but there are some very cleverly shaded parts that make it look like they're shadows. It seems as though that same sheer fabric seems to wrap her around as well in her chipao. Very alluring, she is an 18 plus figure after all. And as you can see, those gold emblems or those gold decorations run along her chipao as well. It kind of brings her whole wardrobe together. I really enjoy that. Philena is a lowly kind of character, so she's flat-chested, right? She doesn't really have much cleavage going on. She's just got really tiny little boobs, but they really fit her appeal. She's tiny, she's cute, she's pretty adorable. I really don't like the aesthetic of a loli figure with really big breasts. I think that those are two things that, in my personal opinion, don't really fit together. With this other alternate body part, you can also see her tattoos a lot clearer, which is one of my other favorite things about this figure. She's got a tattoo up in her chest area, which we can see very clearly, down near her groin area in a little heart, as well as on her butt. You'll notice in her arms that on her left arm, she's got like a claw posture, and she's got really long pointy nails. And then over on the right, she's got a little container full of steamed buns. And then over at the top of her head, she's got like these maybe floppy ears, and she's got a tail. So there's really a lot going on with this design. It's definitely very unique. That's one of my final points about this figure, that she is definitely something that catches your attention in a collection. She's not like the rest. But regardless of what she may or may not be, one thing is true, and that's quality. Her paint all over her figure is gorgeous. There are no defects, there are no mishaps, but that's besides the point. Everything is just so shaded, so meticulous. I love every piece of this figure, from her stockings to her chipao to even her fingernails. And we haven't even covered her hair. Her hair is this lovely, maybe pearlized or even iridescent color. It really stands out against her brown skin. And you'll notice that at the very tips of it, we have like this pink gradient. I have to be honest, I'm a little surprised that she retailed for so little considering the quality of this figure. I guess that kind of wraps up my opinion about her. I mean, she's really just such a steal. She looks great. She's not gonna cost you too much. I give this figure a 10 out of 10. I give those a lot, but I seem to just keep reviewing great looking figures, so there you have it. Hopefully, if everything goes well, next review should be something not anime related, more game related, so look forward to that. I know in my last video I mentioned that I was working on like an explainer video. I mean, I am, but it's taking me longer than expected, so we're gonna work on that other game related figure instead. Thanks again, guys, for dropping by and checking out this little review. I appreciate you. Go ahead and give me a like if you enjoyed this. It does help me out. And if you really enjoyed it, then go ahead and subscribe. I can't promise you uploads every week, but I can promise you great content. So there's my advertisement. Thanks for all the support, guys, and I will see you on the next one.